and a touchdown. Ken Walker, 40 yards. And the Chiefs march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And he will get in to make it 8-0.
And makes the score Chiefs 8, Eagles 0.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. There's a nice move. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Barkley, inside handoff. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown! Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are back within a couple of the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
The 2-point attempt is
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley brought down at the 20.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
63. Go Silver, ready?
In motion left comes Brown. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining 2nd half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the 2nd half and get us going?
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
At the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And Bigsby once more. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Hey, Silver.
Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. Elliott good on the extra point. And we are tied at 14. Third quarter as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second down and 8. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jonathan Grenard with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9. They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Saquon Barkley running right. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Hey, let's go. Trim.
Again, it's Barkley. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now 3rd and 5.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
Trim.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs.
This is 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey, Cowboy 80.
And they'll go on the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Mahomes.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you certainly have to applaud the effort here. They're not settling for overtime. They're trying to get in position to win it with a late field goal. That takes some guts, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for 3rd down. Mahomes.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
149 yards rushing for him now as he's just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first down carry for Barkley. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second down and 4.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Go Silver, ready? Hey, Silver.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Towards the end zone for Brown.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
8 yards to go.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Hey, 70. On anyone else. Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni. Hey, 73. 73.
Out of the gun now on third down. Forced out to his left.
That is caught.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a third down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
Now we're going to get a timeout with 5 seconds left here in overtime.
Barkley. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Eagles 41, Chiefs 14.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Second and 9.
Come on. Hey. 60 by 6.
And they'll run it here. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
64 yards the distance there on the touchdown run.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of